Well, now we have an update. We have a revolutionary trigger system. The TriggerTech Ace trigger system turns your Glock into a P320. And we covered this months ago. Like when it came out, I did a stream, and this was one of the topics on that stream. We covered the TriggerTech Ace trigger system for Glock months ago. And then just today, somebody was playing around with it and figured out that, maybe some of these aftermarket Glock triggers, maybe they're not so safe either. Just saying.
Like poker, life is so often a game of chance. Some hands you win, others you lose. But when it comes to our triggers, we leave nothing to chance.
Oh, YouTube doesn't like that. Let me see here. So I want to get the picture of the actual trigger itself, because the trigger design, it looks very switchy, which we'll talk about in just a second. Of course, 2 aces with the TriggerTech logo on it. Very nice. Now, the problem with this video is they are obviously marketing it towards LE, military, all of those type of guys. That's who they have shooting it. It's a Gen 5 MOS. They're not marketing this towards competition shooters, which they should. If they are going to make an aftermarket trigger that is not particularly safe, just market it towards competition shooters. Competition shooters do not care. They just want the best trigger out there, right? Most of the time. But so let's actually just take a look.
The Ace trigger.
So it's a trigger bar, it's the rear part, it's the blade, all that sort of fun stuff. Has a safety, multiple springs which you can adjust on your own. But then it also has this very strange, what looks like a switch.
Breaks down into 3 parts: a lever module, a disconnect module, and a sear module. Featuring the same robust zero creep technology that is used in our rifle triggers, we guarantee an exceptionally crisp break. The true drop-in design of this trigger means installation is fast and simple and can be completed in under 2 minutes. By replacing the traditional safety blade with our own new design, it means the entire lever now acts as a safety, while mirroring the feel of a 1911. The Ace trigger system's performance gains are so dramatic because we can...
I never believe that. It's usually like it's 10% better, it's 15% better, it's a little bit lighter, it's a little more crisp. Maybe a lot of the times you don't even get that though. But we'll see in just a second why this is no longer even a safe system.
And replacing it with the firing pin safety that operates on a true pivot. The disconnect module.
And again, so messing with the plunger and the firing pin safety, I'm just going to say it right here. Not a great plan. Not a great idea.
Totally changes how the disconnect works. It now separates the disconnect function from the sear release to enable a true zero creep break. A customizable pull weight range of between 2.5 and...
No, it still has the trigger safety. It still has the blade safety on it, I'm pretty sure. But it's the entire trigger is now that. But it has a little tab on it too, unless... Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm crazy.
6 pounds is achieved through our clicker technology and by providing replacement lever and fire.
Yeah, it has the trigger safety tab, but not the thing on the front.
Firing pin safety springs. This means users can tune the take up, break weight, and reset.
Now, user adjustable always sounds great in theory. You're like, oh, but it's adjustable. It's a modular, just like the P320 or just like the MRAD, right? And then you're like, oh, maybe modular isn't the best idea. Maybe we should just make it work one way so that our end users can't make it unsafe via being retarded. Maybe that's a good idea. We should do that instead. So here, how about this one? This is from Johnny Glock. So they got the TriggerTech Ace Unsafe. Took some extra time deciding on how to drop this bombshell, but the wait is almost over. The long form video is in the can, and we'll have all the answers to the questions you've been asking. Vid drops Friday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, just like the last few videos. The shop. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Let me pull it up. My apologies. Long continuous take going over installation bods and most important, safety. If you haven't seen the new series of videos we have been calling The Shop, check them out and let us know what you think. There's a link to the latest episode in our bio. By the way, we're open to name suggestions for this new series. Let us know what you do. The MR920 trigger, you guys know? Okay. Okay, kook. Let me turn this on, and I'll have to refresh the page so that it actually shows you guys.
TriggerTech just installed it. There's a long form video that goes along with this. This is the short. This is not good, guys. We're going to take this outside. Here's your TriggerTech, 100% functioning.
I'm just pulling it off screen for a second.
These are blanks.
This
This
my
is what
left
we
ear.
test ours with. Nothing on the back of the primer.
Yes,
I'm going to
primer and the
break it
gun.
again so you can see broken trigger, racking it. Have it shut there.
Now, to be clear, all that really simulates is a drop or sudden impact or anything like that. So just tap in the back of the slide, and it gets that striker to go home and strike the primer. Now, a lot of that has to do, you have to defeat the striker safety, which in this case is a plunger style. So anytime you change the way the trigger hinges, or when it adjusts, or the timings, or the plunger weight, you can make your gun potentially unsafe. And the TriggerTech ACE system being so revolutionarily different, which means you get, like, they call it a 1911 style break. I don't particularly believe them, but even if you did get that performance benefit, unfortunately, it's just as safe as a 1911 without a safety, without an external safety. So, not a great plan. Not a great plan. And I think TriggerTech charges. Let me look it up. It's got to be. I don't think it's cheap. TriggerTech ACE Glock trigger. Let's see. They charge $300 for it. You know what? You could actually just get a Switch for the same money. It's $300, bros. You could actually just get a Switch for that same money. Yeah, striker plunger and half cock didn't work. Yeah, it's if you're changing the trigger to behave like a 1911 and then not having an external safety, it's like that's one of the things you got to have. It's like, let's mess with the disconnector, the sear, striker safety, the safety disconnect, right? The actual bar that defeats it. Let's change the angles and how it adjusts, the timings, all that sort of fun stuff. And magically, something just goes wrong. If you make it more complicated, like a P320, and then you're surprised when it acts like a P320, well, maybe you're just a little bit silly. But that is the new TriggerTech ACE trigger for Glock. Do I recommend it? No, not at all.